Today's Monday, December 22, and officially the general midterm exam will start in the school that I'm working. And then today will be my last day of fixing the things that some of my students have not accomplished yet. But today, before going to work, before going to school, too much cold yesterday, and all our hoses were hardened, and I forgot to open this line first before I pull it off, and it breaks. So today, this is our last line of providing water to our garden. So it's a tough job. I have to. Why it? Why it was so hard to pull it off. Yeah, this line's supposed to be for this particular area here, but since we don't have that line anymore, as we broke the we accidentally broke the hose, so we can do a thing, but have to utilize and use the what is available. I have to cut this one. And I think I have to use my other hand. I have to use the weaker hand to hold the phone, and a stronger hand to hold the hose, and it's not easy, right? Okay, we're back here. Uh-huh. I was actually thinking yesterday about pruning these dried leaves here, but I always forgot. Uh, okay. We have to. This one, I think it's ready to be cut. Because chickens are here scratching, messing around. We have to do this. Okay. I have a few surviving papaya plant seedlings. I'm going to transfer that one outside, likely by the end of this month, since this coming Saturday. So looks better that we trim them, and then we're going to water this area. Yeah, I have two, no, three official dead branches that I earlier, so three that didn't survive. So it will be really, really difficult for us to perfectly master our air layering, our marketing. These are the beans, the long yard beans that we planted yesterday, Sunday morning. And then on the other side, we planted the Baguio beans. So we have two different beans, and we're targeting that these beans are going to meet up on top, but likely the long yard beans will occupy most of the space of this trellis here, but it's not really clear, so I hope I can put up solar panel, a solar like LED light right there, and also there, so that whenever we do vlogging early in the morning, then we can visibly see the plants and everything that we are watering here. So at the moment it's pretty dark, since we don't have that light there. It's not running anymore, we only have one right there, so that part it's a bit clearer, but here it's totally dark. But regardless, I need to water these pots here. And I think our live stream will be up until 6 in the morning. So we'll have around 15 to 20 minutes live stream today. So officially we're 8 minutes in our live stream. We applied organic fertilizer here yesterday, actually last night, early evening of yesterday, and yesterday morning we moved out around 6 of our durian seedlings into their individual polyethylene plastic pot. The other ones remaining because we're running out of polyethylene plastic bag. So why we put them into separate plastic bag or plastic pot, for the reason of preparing them to be grafted. So I'll try to discover the world of grafting. Well, we have successfully grow and survive 6 lemon cedar trees out of 8 branches that we are layered. So we have 2 mortalities, but second batch we marketed, we earlier around 10 branches, and there are 3 that are official dead branches. So we have 3 mortalities already, and I think there are still a few coming. I hope it can survive and we stay at 3. So we have 30% mortality, 70% successful rate. But if there's additional 1 or 2, then that becomes 40 or 50% successful rate. So that can be quite negative. Supposed to be this weekend I'll be able to finish cleaning the entire unwanted vegetation that grows invasively inside this garden enclosure. But unfortunately, I was running out of time just watering our banana plants at the back side of the house, feeding time with the chickens, and also tending some kind of work here in our onion chives yesterday morning, and also preparing those pots that I showed you lately where I planted 2 different types of beans in preparation for this coming January, February, and the whole summer that we will have food, or we will have vegetables to put on our table. So with that, I was unable to look after or to take care of this thing inside the garden enclosure. It's too messy. A lot of shrubs that I have to dig out, and repotting, remixing the soil. And we have very disappointing result of the sweet potato we planted inside. Seems like most of it are dying and the rest are not producing tubers. So that variety is the same variety that we planted here. But the main purpose of this is for harvesting sweet potato tops, because I discovered that this type of sweet potato does not develop nicely when it comes to tubers. Just a few, and the size is not really pleasing. So no matter how you take care of it. But I won't stop. Try planting this sweet potato in hay, a bundle of hay. But of course I have to cover it with probably banana trunk. I have to place it here in the pavement, in the cemented, in the floored area, where I have to discover if it actually produces tubers in better sizes and tastes if you do some kind of variation. At the moment we planted them directly into the soil, in which we didn't have good result. So I'm thinking of planting that one in hay. We'll see what's gonna be like when it comes to expecting results, different results, I mean. So let me check the time. It's 12 before 6 in the morning. So we will stay here up until 6 in the morning, so we will have 12 minutes more to go to end up this and to finish this live stream this morning. So hang on for a while, it's your friends, and thank you for having you on board this early morning. Well, we have this beautiful onion chives. They started to thrive. As you can see, I also applied organic fertilizer of these onion chives yesterday early evening, with the hope that the sizes of the stalk will continue to grow bigger, and we will expect more shoots to produce into these individual pots, and we can reproduce again in a bigger scale to this particular vegetable that we have in the garden. And then I'll be planting okra. I'll be planting okra inside, and also eggplants. Yeah, eggplants and okra. Why I'm doing this? Like, yeah, I must. Because I only eat vegetables, I don't eat meat. So I must do hard work here in the garden. There are too early mosquitoes biting my knees, biting my legs. Man, they're too early for breakfast. Huh? I didn't have one yet. You're now having yours. So this mother plant, lemon cedar tree, I'll give that one a rest for the whole summer. But by early of June or early of July, I begin doing early layering again for the third batch. Probably for the year 2026, I will only do once. Since this year 2025, the second batch is still there, attaching, connecting the mother plant, but they're about to be removed, likely end of January or 15th of January will be holiday. But my wife and a group of friends are planning to have a trip somewhere. And probably once we get back home, like by Saturday or Sunday, then I will harvest this lemon cedar trees that are early yeared and still attached to its mother plant. So I'm going to remove them and be planted into the individual pots by mid of January, or let's say end of January, to make it sure that the number of roots inside that plastic bag that surround that entire peeled trunk or branch, then likely we will add to that number of lemon cedar trees that we have right now. We have 6 surviving. I think they started to thrive, in which I'm quite delighted for the result. As you can see, this particular lemon cedar tree that we marketed from that mother plant, we have several fruits in it. See the fruit there? Yeah. See the fruit? Yeah, a lot of fruits actually. Even it's early morning that we can see that. That one has fruits as well. This one, the flowers didn't make it. So we continue putting a lot of organic materials, organic matter to make sure that, okay, 6 minutes before 6 in the morning, and we have 6 minutes to spend here in our garden watering these plants. Okay. It's quite important that we have to water these sweet potatoes here because they're elevated from the ground. Therefore, they easily get dry and turn soggy. Especially we have this windy uh, season approaching to summer, though the humidity is quite high, but like midday or any time of the day, it's windy here, and it's very detrimental to the plants that we planted above the ground in pots, in which it can turn easily to dry condition. So as much as possible we have to maintain the moisture of the soil inside, or a little bit wet, not so wet, but at least like the level of moisture inside is somehow like can help the sweet potato to survive for another 2 days. So that kind of level must be served and given to the sweet potato by watering early in the morning and also in the evening if there's a chance, but at least once a day, to ensure that the growth will continue and will not be disrupted. So it's pretty important to okay. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So exactly by 26. So we will stop this live stream. And thank you for having you on board in our live stream this early morning. You have to maintain even this Himalayan mulberry. I'm planning to reproduce more of this because it's dying and the mother trunk is quite old, and I need to like reproduce this one before this trunk will give up. So, and of course during summer season we've got to water them daily. Our durian tree, our mulberry tree, so it's pretty important. Yeah. And I'm thinking of cutting some branches here that we can use as our grafted branch. I'm planning to do that, to do grafting with that existing seedlings that we have there. So we're going to use that one here. We'll be getting some branches from here. Okay, officially we're done with our live stream, YouTube friends. See you tomorrow or next day if I'll have time tomorrow morning to do a live stream like this early, or it could be earlier than today. Then hopefully to see you back again tomorrow morning. But now we have to stop our live stream from here. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye and see you.